That's my boarding pass taking me to Italy. Do I look very sure about what I'm doing? No. So I'm in a city called Bolzano right now, and it is such an amazing, beautiful, historical, cultural city. I really love the idea of Italy. I was really excited about the food, the culture, and the weather. And I was definitely hoping to pick up on some of the language. And so that's why I went there as an au pair to start off my gap year. When I left Italy, I really thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go and I'll figure it out as I go along. There's a car coming. But I'm basically in that figuring out moment, and I just need to give that time I need to give myself time to think about what's happening. Yeah, so yesterday I worked on something that was super helpful for me. I basically kind of gave myself a general outline of what my year's gonna look like as far as I know, what I think will happen, and maybe some possibilities. And underneath, I'm just making a list of things I'd like to try or give a go, and then just see what is possible and what's realistic. So, highly recommend that. I think it's fair to say that I struggled the first week. There were some unexpected ups and downs to being an au pair that I hadn't really anticipated. The focus of what I was doing was very different from what I'd been doing for the last 2 years at high school, so I had to get used to that. Things did fall into place for me. I started working out, doing yoga, eating clean, sent out some postcards.
I used to think about her. It's okay to let them know they made you wilder.
I also got to meet some amazing people that I will cherish forever. We just scored a free meal. How do you feel about that?
I love this place.
I almost forgot, but there was one person I met. He was an au pair in the area, and we hung out one evening, and he just made everything a little bit weird. After meeting some other au pairs, they had like a very similar experience. Is there a good view?
Yep.
Getting to be in the South Tyrol area this time of year was definitely a highlight. Even in the city Bolzano itself, you're constantly surrounded by vineyards, and you can see the Dolomites from the park, and you can take the gondola up. It's absolutely beautiful.
Hello, buddy.
Hey! This is Katrina, Massachusetts born and raised, and the second time we hung out, we bumped into a free hot air balloon ride. We stood in line for an hour, but it was definitely worth it. And I started my language course, which I absolutely love. I'm walking through my language class right now, and honestly, it's one of the cutest parts of my week. Room change, I don't know where we are. Bolzano had a lot to offer, and I liked exploring the city and biking around and go to the local events that they threw. So if you're walking, you can walk straight down, but if you have a bicycle, you have to swivel. Talking about bicycles, I got to witness a beachy blessing, and it's where a priest would bless your bicycle by throwing holy water over it. If you look into the history of South Tyrol, it's not a surprise that it's still very heavily influenced by Austria. So then you get this kind of cultural eye candy experience.